Today's review is a little bit different, and I'm not just talking about the product. This is my review of Anker's SoundCore Sport XL. So the story for this review all starts when I was looking through the product pages of this device on Amazon, and it was claiming dustproof, shockproof, waterproof, an IP67 rating, which is a pretty big deal, and I thought, really? Is it really as good as you say it is? So I went to Gran Canaria, which is an island just off Spain, well, like 2 hours off Spain, but it's owned by Spain. It's very, very complicated, on a holiday, and I thought I'll take this with me and see how it fares. And to cut this review a little bit quickly, it was phenomenal. So let's go over a quick physical overview of the unit, then talk about what you're really interested in and what matters. So on the top we have our playback control. We have a power button, a minus volume, a play, a pause button, a volume up button, and also a Bluetooth button. All very, very self-explanatory, all do what they say they do. Then we have 4 LEDs, 3 which are grouped together and 1 which is on its own. The blue LED, which is on its own, kind of signifies and lets you know what's going on with the Bluetooth, whether you're like trying to find a device to pair with or whether the device is paired. And the 3 other lights indicate your battery life on the unit. Battery life in the unit, we do have a 5,000 milliamp hour battery inside of the speaker, so you are going to be getting 15 plus hours of listening time, which is really, really great. On the front we have our front mesh. We've got a first plastic cover with like loads of little circles on, and they get smaller as it gets around the outside to kind of fade it off a little bit more, which is a really, really nice touch. We have an Anker logo and these like screw style kind of things on the outside, more for cosmetic reasons than for anything else. Now just behind these circles we've got a different kind of mesh than you would usually see, because this speaker is waterproof, so they did have to take some different measures obviously to stop water and dust from getting into those speakers. Now on the back we have our Anker bass port, which is going to be providing all the bass, and combined with 2 8-watt speakers in the front to provide stereo sound. Really, really does sound good and really does some quite high volumes. We've also got these ruggedized plastic padding, so if you chucked it down the stairs or dropped it on tiles, you're not going to break anything. It is shockproof as well as waterproof and dustproof. Now we also have a cover here which takes a little bit of a force to get open, but that's because it's a waterproof seal. We've got a USB port, an auxiliary input, and also a micro USB port. The USB port allows you to charge other devices, other USB compatible devices off this unit. So if you're on the beach, for example, you're running out of battery because Bluetooth's sucking it all away, no worries, you can plug it in. If you don't want to use Bluetooth, no problem, there is an auxiliary jack on the back as well, and the micro USB cable will charge this device. You can charge it up to about 2.4 amps in my testing. Now that the physical overview's out the way, we've got a really, really nice finish. I think the rubber is a really, really good touch, and it makes it feel more premium actually than a plastic speaker. And obviously you have to appreciate that it's rubber because it's drop proof and waterproof. On the bottom we've also got the boring information such as the product name, the input and output ampage. We've also got our certifications and that kind of thing. Now what's good, what's bad about this speaker? In terms of sound quality, it is great. It goes really, really loud without distortion, and the EQ that the Anker sound guys have put on this is truly incredible. Now honestly, it is insane. It brings the songs alive quite literally. If you have like a reference pair of headphones, for example, that you'd use in a studio, that will take the song and it will go, okay, well that's meant to be exactly like that. I'm going to play it in his ears exactly as it was recorded in the studio. But that doesn't always sound as good as actually putting an EQ on it and boosting the mids or the bass, and actually suiting that EQ to the drivers and the speakers that we've got inside the unit. Say you're in a garden, the EQ you'd want in a garden or in a living room or at a party is going to be different. You're going to want more bass, you're going to want full-out mids as well, as opposed to if you're just in your room or in a studio listening to music. And some people don't really appreciate the importance of a solid EQ. And this speaker has it nailed. It's absolutely incredible, the bass on this speaker, and it's all really nicely balanced. It isn't just a party of overdone, distorted bass. It's really, really incredible. In my testing, this speaker lives up to its claims of being water and dust proof / resistant. It is IP67 rated, which means you are going to be able to rely on this. IP67 isn't just something that Anker have made up. It's a widespread classification that's used across the board and tested externally by non-Anker people, if you will, and it's on phones such as the Samsung Galaxy S6 and the new Note 7 supports IP68 waterproof and water resistance. Those variations of numbers just imply different depths to which things can be taken. It's waterproof and dustproof. It's been in the sea, which it probably shouldn't have. It's been in my sink, it's been in the shower. All so far with with absolutely no problems. One noteworthy point is when you get kind of water in it and the water kind of goes through these speaker holes, it will get trapped between the mesh, which the sound comes through from your speakers and drivers inside, in between this kind of plastic panel and in these holes. And for the next kind of few minutes, depending on how much water you've actually got in here, you may hear a slightly unpleasant sound of the water being like squished, like in wellies when your wellies have water in, the water being squished against the front of the unit, but that'll go eventually. It's just the water has to get out. It's not complete wizardry, you know, it does have to get out and you will hear that. So if you do decide to chuck it in a swimming pool and then put it on the sideline, you are going to have to be careful, and you are going to have to note that you may hear that scratching sound for a couple of minutes, but after that you're absolutely no problem. Overall, this is a great design, from the look of the speaker to how it sounds, from the packaging. And I rave about Anker's packaging before, I raved about Apple's packaging before. That's the only comparable kind of company that I can put this against, is Apple's packaging. It's so premium, it's so nice, and it just makes the product feel so much more expensive, and it really lives up to its name. Now this is £55, that did go down from 75. 75 could be cited as a bit cheap, but since I started using this, I would pay £75 for this. Just for full disclosure for this video, I didn't pay for it, it was sent by Anker as a review sample, but £55 for this, so around $70 to the $85 mark is really, really solid. And of course, I will leave links for both Amazon UK and US in the description. But it's that time of the video where I give my verdict, and this easily, very, very easily wins the GeekaWhat Gold Award. It's been given to like 4 products out of like 50 I've reviewed. It is honestly an incredible piece of kit which comes in at a great price point. Well, now it's discounted anyway, and it sounds insane for the size of the unit. We've got some really powerful amplifier in here that's clearly making all of that possible. I really have to take my hat off to you, Anker. You're not just good at making portable batteries and Kevlar USB cables. Absolutely incredible job on this speaker. So if you did like this video, make sure to drop a like, rate and subscribe. If you would like to sponsor me to go abroad again to get some good B-roll, then companies, hit me up in the comment section below. But as always, if you like this video, you know what to do, and I'll see you in the next GeekaWhat video.